There we go. Okay. A few last minute adjustments. How is everybody tonight? Hello, hello. How is everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to another Historic Travels live stream. Let's see. Maritime, hello. Crazy, hello. Lego Historian, hello. Leslie, hello. How is everybody tonight? Mic check, mic check. Testing, testing, testing. Can you all hear me okay? Is everything coming through okay? Is the microphone working? Hello, hello, hello. Theodore, good evening, Sam. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I took a kind of a chill day today. Had a meeting at work today, but then besides that, just kind of took a day off. Whoa, hey everybody, what's going on? How is everybody tonight? Goat, hello. Maritime, hello. Vivid, hello. Millie, hello. I see you. How's life in Argentina? Black Star Line, bonjour, bonjour, Black Star Line. I cannot wait to come back to France. I've been to Paris once, and oh, that was so much fun. Let's see here. Top impressive. You have the Unreal Engine Titanic animation by Part-Time Story. Yep, it's running back there in the background. Tom's kind enough to let me use it in all my videos and stuff like that. So, I mean, super nice of him. But yeah, we work together on that in that way. But yeah, how is everybody tonight? Let's see here. Really useful. Okay, sorry, guys. I have to do it. I have to do it. I have to turn on the slow-mo, guys. I thought we might be able to go 20 or 30 seconds, but you got to engage the 30-second slow mode or else I can't keep up. How is everybody tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. George, hi, Sam. Just watched The Matrix. Believe it or not, I have never seen The Matrix. I have never watched The Matrix. What's that? Fix my collar. There we go. I have never seen The Matrix. It's just one thing that I've never watched. Let's see here. Victor, where do you work, Sam? Well, I do YouTube, obviously. And I have a side part-time job. Like YouTube is my main job, but I have a part-time job as well because it helps out with insurance and stuff like that. But I work at a cell phone store. I work there part-time. Let's see, Lou, it's 1:40 a.m. here in France. How are you doing? Pretty good, pretty good. It is 7:40 p.m. here. I know the jet lag, like the time difference. I didn't have that much trouble when I went. So I spent 3 days in London. And then I took the SNCF and I went to Paris for 3 days. And then when I came back, the jet lag was, it killed me. The jet lag was so rough when I did that. But yeah, I can't wait to come back to Paris. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Theodore, did you get a haircut? Yeah, several weeks ago. Several weeks ago, but thank you for noticing. Let's see here. CRS. Hey, Sam. Hope you're well from Scotland, UK. That is awesome. I am doing well. How is life over there across the pond? That's something you all say over there in like the UK and all that, right? You call the Atlantic the pond. I believe that's something you all say. Let's see here. Millie, only 1 hour difference from here. Yeah, that's crazy that we're only 1 hour time zone difference and you're in Argentina. That is so far away. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Ricky, hello from Las Vegas, Nevada. I have never been to Vegas, but I have flown over it. Oh, wait a minute. Did we get a super chat already? Oh, 5 from Ziggy. Awesome. Thanks so much for the 5. I just saw that. Thank you. Thank you so much for the sticker. Super appreciate you. Didn't I see another? I thought I saw something else before I went live. Hold on, I got to backtrack. I thought for sure. Yep, I did. $2 from Ozzy. Thank you. Sam, will Maritime be victorious? All right, so that is a question that we need to ask the chat. Is maritime history going to be victorious tonight? Create a poll. Will we defeat maritime history tonight? Yes or no? Let me ask the chat. Will the entire chat come together and defeat maritime history tonight? Or is he going to remain champion of the Historic Travels live streams? Or are we all going to defeat him? Oh, whoa. Can you all hear that? That's a helicopter or something. Holy cow. Can you guys hear that? Something big just flew over. All right, let me see here. Wait, what's the chat here? So 73% yes, awesome. 63 votes, 64 votes. Hi from the Philippines. Hello. Let me see here. No, yes. Oh, yes. I'm ready. I studied Titanic for 6 years. Awesome. All right, we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen here. We'll see. We'll see if we can defeat Maritime tonight. But is Maritime the main character? So, Maritime historian, he's one of the longtime members of this chat. You know, he's always been here and everything, and he's a very active member in like my Discord and all that stuff, and just here in the community and everything. But yeah, he is super cool. And basically the whole thing is he knows his history, and he was always one of the top people to always do like, he was always one of the first people to always get the maritime questions and all that stuff. So yeah, like that's just it. You know, it's always one of those things where, you know, he knows his stuff, so everybody tries to come together to defeat him and everything. What the? Am I? Wait, what? What just happened here? Holy cow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Holy cow. Uh, oh, dude. Whoa. I I don't even know what the holy cow. I don't even know what to say to that. Holy cow. Sorry. Callum, just holy thank you so much. Wow. Just thank you. I can't get over that. Holy 449.99. What is that? Like 500 US or holy dude, thank you so much. I can't even wrap my head around that. Holy cow. Just thank you. That's absolutely insane. That's absolutely insane. That just thanks, man. Holy. I don't I feel like saying thanks isn't enough, but wow. Wow. Just Callum, thank you so much, man. I really can't say thank you enough. Holy cow. What do you have to say? Hey Sam, if you race the Titanic against any other ship from history across the Atlantic, which ship would you race against the Titanic? A race for speed. Okay. Woo, woo, wow. I can't even get over that. I can't even get over that. That's insane. All right, let me read that again. Let me let me bring myself together. Holy cow. That's absolutely insane. I can't even. All right. So, what was your question again? If I can think clearly. Hey, Sam, if you race the Titanic against any other ship from history across the Atlantic, which ship would you race against the Titanic? A race for speed. Well, okay. So, the Olympic class ships were not built for speed. You know, they were not built for that. I believe their top, well, officially, like, wasn't their top speed. Like, the Titanic was going 21 knots on its maiden voyage, but I believe they could have pushed it a little bit further than that because Boiler Room 1 was never lit up. You know, they had Boiler Room 6. So at the front of the ship, you know, the first two, so the first funnel was Boiler Room 6 and 5. This funnel was 4 and 3, and this funnel was 2 and 1. And they never had Boiler Room 1 lit throughout the entire voyage. So the ship was just sailing. And even with that, you know, she was operating at near maximum steam pressure. So, I mean, at that, the ship was traveling 21 knots. So I think they could have pushed her a little bit further. Maybe they could have gotten her up to 22, 23, would have been pushing it maybe. But the Olympic class ships weren't built for speed. They were built for luxury. So the big thing is if you want to go for speed, you know, I'd put the Titanic up against the Lusitania or any of those ships, and those ships would destroy the Olympic class in terms of speed. But if I wanted to see like, okay, so I'm going to go off the assumption here. You want me to like destroy the Olympic class in speed. Like we just want them to get decimated. So I would probably put the Titanic up against the SS United States. Like, does anybody in the chat know what the SS United States was? Because I believe it's the ship that still holds the blue ribbon. But what is the top speed of the SS United States? I'm not sure what it is in knots. Does anybody know? Does anybody know what its top speed was? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat what it was. Was it 30 knots? I thought it was faster than that. But yeah, like 50 knots maritime? It wasn't 50 knots. 39. Okay, it's all over the place. Hang on a second. I'm gonna Google this. I'm gonna Google SS United States max speed. Let me see what Google says. 44. Okay, wait. 44.10 miles per hour, which is equivalent to 32 knots. During her service, she was actually able to get up to 38 knots. So that's around 44.10 miles per hour. So that's it. That would be it. So like if you really want to just watch the Olympic class get decimated and should it decimate the Lusitania class as well, that would be so. But yeah, that's it. And dude, seriously, Callum, I thanks, man. I really I don't know what to say. So Callum, just thank you. Thank you, dude. Just thank you. Titanic dude, too. Thank you so much, my friend. I love your videos, and I hope you notice me. Hi, Titanic dude. I see you, and thank you so much for the 2, man. Super appreciate you, my friend. Nomadic. Well, there's another model. Yeah, exactly, another model. Lil Rowie 5, thank you so much. Can you open mail right now? Do you think Britannic's starboard paint is preserved? I was so excited for the live to donate $5. Okay, that's awesome, man. Thank you so much for the 5. Hey, I'm not gonna do a full mail time, but let me ask you this, not on the super chat, but let me ask you, Was it you that I don't want to show your address or anything, but was this you? Was this your was this you? Was this your package? Was this what you sent me? Because if this was you, I don't care to open this on the live. Was that you? Let me know in the chat if that was you. Lyra, yes. Okay, yeah, sure. You've got quite a few things in here, but I'll show one thing because I got to get to these super chats and stuff. I don't want to get too far behind. But he sent me this really cool paper Titanic. This is super cool. This is just like the stuff that I used to make when I was little. I would make these little model boats and everything like that. And like this is so cool, man. So hey, thank you so much. And do not worry. This will go into the official Historic Travels live stream. So hey, just thank you so much, man. Thank you. And there's a letter and all that stuff in here. And did you do this one? Like a lot of these are super cool. So it's full of a bunch of like handwritten notes and like paintings and stuff like that. Like this is so cool. Just thank you so much, man. I really love these. And do not worry, I will get these into the mail time video. This is like super well done. So like whoever did that, like that one's awesome as well. That is an awesome drawing of Titanic. But do not worry, I will get these into a mail time very soon. Thank you so much for sending this to me. I've got it right. I keep everything. I keep all of my mail in like its own little corner here in the studio. So there we go. All right, back up here. The super chat's getting behind. But thanks for the 5, man. Thanks so much for the package. RMS Sugwin, thank you so much for the 20. Hi, Sam. Have you heard of the Olympic Suite in the White Swan Hotel in Alnwick, Northumberland? I hope I said that right. They renovated the building to house the RMS Olympic dining room after the ship was scrapped. I did know that there was a hotel that had some of the rooms from the Olympic in it. I did know that that was a thing. I didn't know exactly where it was or what it was, but I knew it was over in the UK somewhere, and I knew I could find it whenever I get over there. But it is definitely something that I want to check out. This right here is a wooden panel from the Olympics. Was it the second class dining room or was it the smoking room? I think it was, I'd have to double check. Second class dining room or smoking room, but this is from the Olympic. And I've also got, I've showed it on the live stream before, but you mentioned that. I've also got, so I can find a better way to store it. But this is a piece of the Olympics decking. This is from the Olympics promenade. So yeah, this is from the Olympics promenade deck. So I have a couple of Olympic things on here, but yeah, this is super cool. And yes, I did know. Isn't there a hotel that has some stuff from Britannic? I can't remember exactly, but I think that is the thing. There's a hotel out there that's got a few things from Britannic. I can't remember which one though. I move one thing and all that stuff starts falling. Titanic Dude 2, can you tell me the P.O. box? I want to send something. It's in every single one of my videos. Go to the description, go all the way to the bottom. My P.O. box is listed in every single one of those. All right. Thank you for the 2, man. We got that one. Okay. Titanic Dude 5, thank you. I love your videos, and I hope you notice me, please. Hi, I see you. And I am a big fan of Titanic, and I know a lot about it. That's awesome, Titanic Dude. Thank you so much for the 5. You know, it's so funny. So when I was a kid, I think I've told this story before. You know, it was the James Cameron movie that sparked my interest in Titanic. I remember my family was going to, we were going to go see my great grandmother, who was born in 1909. And I think I was about 10 at the time. And I remember, maybe I was 9 anyway, but so we were going to go and see her. And I was a very rambunctious child. And when I got caught up on something, it's like I bugged my parents. I drove my parents crazy about it. So I remember we were going to go and see her. And I asked my mom, does she know anything about the Titanic? And my mother looked at me and went, Sam, don't you bug her about Titanic. She was 3 years old when it happened, and she doesn't know anything about it. So don't you bug her about Titanic. And that's so funny. But yeah, my grandmother, she was telling me that she remembered her parents talking about it, you know, like later on, you know, they weren't alive at the time. Well, they were very young when that happened. But she said that people still talked about it. You know, they knew about it when they were teenagers and all that stuff. So, but yeah. Oh, and I saw somebody ask how old I was. I am 30. I am 30 years old, almost 31. I turn 31 next month. Okay, we got that. We got that one. We got that one. CRS 20. Thank you so much, man. Your comments making me laugh. It's payday, boys. Da, 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 da. You guys know what I'm referencing, right? So, all right. So that brings up a good point. Okay, that brings up a good point. Please, in the chat, answer me this. Okay, so they're in Rose's suite in the Titanic film. Okay, they've got that little ROV. They find Rose's suite. How did they get that out of the ship? I mean, that little robot had so much trouble just moving that flimsy wooden door over. How did they get Cal's suite or Cal's safe out of the Titanic and bring it up? Like, how did they do that? Like, that is like the one part of that movie that bothers me. I'm like, how did they get that safe? Carrie, I wondered that as well. Movie magic, Taylor magic. CRS. Whoops! Somebody left the water running. Yeah, yeah. Like that was my big question when I watched that. I'm like, how'd they get that out? Like, how did they get that huge safe out of the Titanic? Like, once they got it out of the ship, I imagine it wouldn't be too hard to bring it up to the surface, but like, how'd you get it out of the ship? Like, how did they? Maritime, was that safe even there in the first place? Right. Oh gosh, that was funny. That was funny. Theodore, they used super glue. Right. Okay, hang on, let me go back. We got that one. Okay. We got 2 from the Titanic dude. Thanks so much. Can you tell the PO box? I want to send something. I'd have to look it up, but just I don't know it all off the top of my head, like the zip code and stuff. But it's on my dude. Just go to any of my videos. It's in the description. It'd be super easy to find it. Just copy and paste. It's all right there. I posted every single one of my videos. So just go ahead and that's the easiest way to get it, man. Let's see here. George the Dragon. How do you get Olympic artifacts? Believe it or not, I'm not sure how they did it, but those were gifts from my parents. Yeah, they were able to find all of those, like the wooden board, like the paneling, the decking, all that. They found some guy who was selling them online. And in case you're new here, in case you're new to the chat and everything, so this the deck chair here, this is from the Queen Mary. So this is an original deck chair from the RMS Queen Mary. But yeah. Oh, and my favorite piece. This is my absolute favorite piece. I've showed this before. But this is this right here. So this pen, that little piece of metal you see right there, that's a piece of the Titanic's hull. That's a tiny, tiny, tiny piece of the Titanic's hull inside that pen. It's part of the big piece that they brought up. So yeah, like this is my absolute favorite. This is my favorite possession. This is my absolute favorite possession. Oh, and I have a couple. I've got some Olympic documents downstairs. I could bring those up if you all want to see them later. But yeah, here's the certificate of authenticity. So it came from that. It came from, this is the thumbnail for my big piece video. It came from that. I guess it like fell off or something when they were restoring it. And yeah, they put it in a pin. They put it in a pin. And again, I don't know how my parents got it, but it was a gift for my birthday, I think. Super, super cool. Super, super cool. Okay, backtracking. Where was I? Okay, we got Titanic did again too. Thank you. Same. I got sparked by the James Cameron film. Awesome, man. Yeah, listen, I think the James Cameron film is definitely it's what got me into Titanic, you know. And I'm sure that A Night to Remember got people into it in the 1950s. Believe it or not, so James Cameron was the first Titanic film that I ever saw. But I remember that my parents, they didn't want me to watch that movie too much because obviously they didn't want a little kid to watch all the death and stuff, you know. But I was so into the Titanic that we worked out a deal. They let me watch the original 1953 Titanic whenever I would want, because it was very tame in terms of like all the death and all that. So like that was like the only Titanic movie like my parents really let me watch when I was a little kid. Let me find it. Hang on a second. I think I've got it. And it had like the final scene in that movie. It did. If I can find it, give me just a second here. I know I've got it on here. Yeah, there it is. The final scene in that movie portrays like the near my God to thee as like the final part of the whole movie. And hold on, I'm gonna play a small clip of it. So this is how they do it in that movie. This is pre A Night to Remember. So it's like they have like on the ship, it's a big choir. And this is, I watched this so much when I was a little kid. And like my parents got tired of hearing this because I had this on all the time. I like this shot right here. So. Yeah. That was that. So I have that movie is major nostalgia for me. Major nostalgia for me. Anyway, let's see here. Just a copyright meter is about the show. It's actually, I think YouTube adjusted their algorithm. It's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. The whole copyright thing. They've been pretty lenient on me showing clips and stuff from movies and bits of songs in the past. So I don't think I'll have any trouble. Then we got 5 from Bradley. Thank you so much. Just want to say thank you for all the great videos. You're an excellent researcher. I've been interested in the Titanic since I was 5. Thank you so much, man. That really means a lot. That means more than you all know, that you all find so much value in all my stuff and everything. So just thank you. Super appreciate it. Thank you for the 5. Maritime history, historic travels. Hey, Sam, Discord is actually very fun. It's nice talking to you and the others. That's awesome, Maritime. Yeah, so Maritime recently did join the Discord. And yeah, he made a big splash when I announced that Maritime was there. Like everybody was like, Maritime. Oh, so it was so funny and it made me laugh so much when it happened. So how many of you saw did any of you see where Part-Time Explorer, where Tom was live last night? Did you guys see that where Tom was up on Part-Time Explorer? So that was, so anyway, Tom was live yesterday and I hopped into his live stream, okay? And it was so funny. So our resident Scatino, yeah, the guy in the chat that goes by Scatino, he was in there. He was in the chat, okay? And anyway, when he saw me in there, oh, yeah, there he is, Scatino. Yes, I was there. Yeah. And it was so funny because I typed in red alert and the whole chat exploded. Like, red alert, run away. Like, Scatino was here. And I saw Tom just like looking at Tom didn't know what was going on for a second. It was really funny. Secure the helm. Yes. That was so funny. Was because I didn't think Tom got the joke. I didn't think he knew what was going on. But yeah, it was a funny moment for like 5 seconds. So that was funny. Scatino, you've left an impression on everybody here too. Poor Tom. Maritime mystery. Oh, Tom's fine. But let me see here. Tom's awesome. Listen, we help each other out. That's one thing that I've loved about doing YouTube and everything is like everybody that I've talked to, like in the maritime community and all that, like Tom, Titanic Animations, Mike over at Ocean Liner Designs, like all of these guys, they are all super helpful, super kind, and we all try to help each other out, which has been awesome. So I've really enjoyed getting to know all these people. I really have. Ozzy, red alert. Oh gosh. Wait, Scatina says Tom will never know when I sink a ship. Oh gosh. I think he got the warning now. I think he knows now since I what's the right term? Since I turned a light on or got his attention with you. So I think he'll get the warning. Hannah 10, thank you so much. Evening, Sam. Evening, Hannah. How are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you, Hannah? Here's my usual question. All right. I'm ready. Let's do this. How would the Titanic sinking be affected if the first 4 compartments were damaged as normal, but 5 wasn't damaged? Before 5 wasn't damaged, before 6 got damaged. Wait, what? The last part. Before a BR. Let's see. How would the Titanic sinking be affected if the first 4 compartments were damaged as normal? Okay. BR5 wasn't damaged. And boiler room. The BR was confusing me. Yeah, boiler room 5 wasn't damaged, and boiler room 6 got the damage. 5 did. Okay. So here's my big question for you, Hannah. And I'm watching the chat. So if boiler room 5 got the damage, the boiler room 6 did, but boiler room 6. So boiler room 6 got no damage. Boiler room 5 got the damage. Boiler room 6 did. Now, would boiler room 4 have gotten that little bit of water in the coal bunker of boiler room 4? Would that have happened? That's my big question. But regardless, it really wouldn't have changed the sinking all that much. I don't think, like, obviously, let's see, the fifth compartment wouldn't have flooded right away. It would have created a little bit of an air pocket. But eventually, even with that much damage, the Titanic's bow would still sink down so low. And probably what would have, it might have taken it a little bit longer to sink. Nah, probably not. Because once the bow went down so low, I think that Boiler Room 6, where it had water in front of it and water behind it, I think that water would have just, exploded into that compartment so fast from both sides that it really wouldn't have made any difference at all. Yeah. It wouldn't have changed anything. It really wouldn't have changed anything. It really wouldn't. Alex, what would have happened if Boiler Rooms 1 through 5 flooded? That's what would have happened. That's what would have happened, basically. Let me see here. Yeah. Or she'd capsize. Yeah, she probably capsized too. Let's see. Great question, by the way. Hannah, you've always had the best questions. Jack5, thank you. Hey, Sam, have you heard of U-1206, the U-boat sunk by a toilet malfunction? I feel like somebody has mentioned that to me before. Hang on a second. What was it again? U-boat what? U-1026. Was that it? U-1026 toilet. I'm going to type that in, see if that brings up anything. German submarine U-1206. Fate scuttled due to an accident on... Are you kidding me? No, guys, I kid you not. The submarine that was sunk by a toilet, it sunk on April 14th, 1945. April 14th, 1945. I kid you not. Sunk April 4. What is up with April and ships sinking? What is up with that? Like here, yeah, look, I put in the chat. Scuttled due to an accident on the 14th of April, 1945, North Sea near Peterhead, Scotland. Like, what is it with April? Like, seriously. But yeah, I feel like somebody has mentioned that to me before, but okay. Let's see. I need to do a video on this. I really do. Hang on. I'm going to put that in the notes. I'm going to put that on the list. The U-boat that was sunk by a toilet. I got it. That is absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. Let's see here. Sabrina, April is a bad juju month for ships. Do not sail in April. So, hey, Sabrina, on that note, and this just tells you the type of kid like I was. So when I was a teenager, my family, we went on a cruise, and for whatever reason, we were sailing in April. And I remember I said to my mom, hey, Mom, do you know tonight's the anniversary of the Titanic sinking? While we were at sea. And my mother was like, Sam, don't you talk about that while we're at sea. As we were out there on the anniversary of Titanic. It was so funny. And I'm like, Mom, you know tonight's the anniversary of Titanic sinking? And she went, Sam! Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. I think I was 13 or 14 at the time. All right, I'm getting so behind in these super chats, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, we got that. We got that one. T2, thank you so much. Why is Officer Pittman talked about so little? I would imagine it's similar to, I don't know that much about Pittman. I'd have to go and do some research, but I imagine he's talked about little just for the same reason that Henry Wilde's not talked about that much. There wasn't really any kind of major incident with them, and I assume that he just did his job throughout the entire sinking, and it just didn't get a lot of attention, his actions. But I don't really know that much about him, but future video topic. But that's why I think that the people who were on the Titanic who didn't have any type of real big controversy with them or didn't really get a lot of media attention, I don't think their stories are as widely known. Does that make sense? Like, there's a lot about like Thomas Andrews' story that I didn't know until I saw Tom's video on it. But it's like Thomas Andrews, for being the designer of the Olympic class, he didn't get a lot of media attention in 1912. I mean, that's absolutely insane to me, and it took a lot of time before his story was officially known. But I guess for something like that. Thanks for the 2. Titanic Dude 2. Thank you so much. Quality Inn Suites is PO. No. No. There's the PO box. No, it's not a Quality Inn. But dude, it's on my. Dude, just check the description of any of my videos. The full address is there, man. So it's all listed online. But I will post it in the community page as well if you want after the stream. James 5, thank you. Hey, Sam, I know I bring up the USS North Carolina a bit, but did you know it survived a 32 times 18-foot hole caused by a torpedo in 1942? I did not, but that's absolutely insane. So I bet I'm guessing, where it's a battleship, they had all those watertight compartments and all that stuff set up to really secure it. But no, I didn't know that. That's really cool. Thank you so much for the 5, James. Got that one. Got that one. Sammy, 5. Thank you. Hey, Sam, why couldn't Titanic build in a way that all 16 watertight compartments build withstand damages instead of only withstand 4? What? Okay. Sam, hey, Sam, why couldn't Titanic build in a way that all 16 watertight compartments build withstand damages? Instead, it can only withstand 4 compartments. So I think you're asking, why couldn't they have built the Titanic in a way that all 16 watertight compartments could save the ship? Is that what you're... So here's the thing. It's all about how much buoyancy a ship loses that determines if a ship is going to sink or not. Even Thomas Andrews said that like Titanic could take on more. Well, no, that was in the movie. I don't know if he actually said that. But it all depends on how a ship is flooding that determines if or if not it's going to sink. So like the Titanic could remain afloat with her first 4 compartments breached at the front. But anywhere else on the ship, it was only 2 compartments. I believe Titanic Animation said that he did some research and found that it might be able to handle 3 compartments, if I remember correctly. But yes, so it all depends on where a ship is flooding. And you also have to think about the ship's center of mass, which is the Titanic's engines. Those are the heaviest parts of the ship. And these engines were located right here, just after the 3rd funnel. And you see that those engines, the way the Titanic flooded was, honestly, the crew on the Titanic couldn't have asked for a better sinking scenario. For the ship to sink the way it did, they were lucky because the way the water was coming in, it kept the Titanic more or less level. And the ship just slowly but surely went down. And one thing that helped them, believe it or not, was the center of mass of the ship, or the engines. Because where the engines were all the way back here and they were dry, it helped keep the Titanic more or less level. The weight was right here, but the water was coming in here. So it's like it helped keep the Titanic stable as the bow slowly went down. But now let's say the opposite happened and the Titanic hit the iceberg back here. 4 compartments were breached back here. So the engines would go underwater pretty quick. And as I said, they were the heaviest objects on the ship. The Titanic's stern would go down. And then once those engines went underwater, you have a lot of not as heavy space up here in the front. So what would happen right after the engines went down? Well, then the Titanic's bow would just shoot straight up into the air and it would go down like that. So, that's just the thing. It all depends on how much buoyancy a ship loses and if or if not the remaining buoyancy can resist the dead weight of the dead buoyancies that determine if or if not a ship's going to sink. So that's just the Titanic. With as much damage as the ship had, she held up very well. The Titanic was a very well-built ship. From the bow of the ship to aft of the first funnel, this much space had a bunch of small gashes in it, like small holes and punctures from the iceberg. That is a huge amount of space, in between my fingers. And the Titanic stayed afloat and stayed more or less level for 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's not very many ships could hold up as well as Titanic did under those circumstances. Just saying. But yeah, great question. I hope I answered that pretty well. Sammy, gotcha. Thanks. Awesome. Glad I was able to help. It's all about buoyancy, man. It's all about buoyancy. Let me see here. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. We got 5 from Jasper. Thank you so much. What was the first Titanic documentary you saw? For me, it was the 1986 Secrets of the Titanic with Robert Ballard, 1986 Rex. I honestly have no idea. I've never thought about that. What was the first Titanic documentary I ever saw? I remember there was a computer game that I had, but it wasn't really a game. It was like an interactive. Actually, somebody sent me that in the mail time. It's over there. I'd have to find it. But somebody sent me that game with a mail time, and it was like it had clips from the movie, and then it used it to tell the story. I remember that. I'd have to go back. I don't remember. It's been so long. I know one of my favorite films is the Ghost of the Abyss documentary. That is one of my absolute favorite documentaries. And I love watching the anniversary live streams that Tom does because he has the author of On a Sea of Glass. Where did I know I've got it here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, because he has the author of my favorite Titanic book on A Sea of Glass on there, and that's always great to have some awesome information. Like, as I've said, guys, this book is the Bible on Titanic. Anything you want to know about it, it's in here. So trust me, there's so much information about it out and about now. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for the 5, SEK. Super appreciate you, Jesper. Oh, no, I called you SEK. Thank you so much for the 55, Jesper, SEK, so that's 5 US. Thank you so much, man. Super appreciate you. Hannah, 5, thank you. I've got an idea for you. I'm ready. All right, Sam, why not do a monthly stream that goes on for about 4 or 5 hours? I feel like these streams are never long enough. A 4 or 5 hour live stream? I'm not really sure. Like, I mean, I feel like we need a little bit more subject matter, like subject context or something. I mean, would you guys want that long of a live stream with just me talking to the chat and stuff? Or because one thing that I've been playing around with is I'd like to get some guests on here, like have Mike Brady come over here from Ocean Lounge and have him on the stream. Tom can come on if he wants. I've kind of played with that a little bit, but I don't know. That's interesting. 4 or 5 hour live stream. I'd have to figure something out, though. I'd have to figure out something to play with that. Great idea, though. What would you guys think about that? Like, hang on, let's do this. Would you all like a longer live stream? Ask the community. Would you all like that? Yes or no? One thing I am going to start doing is, on occasion, having some live streams at earlier times. Like, maybe every blue moon I'll do, like, during the week if I have a free day. I'll do a random live stream, at like 3 o'clock my time or something. That way it'll be easier for my fans across the pond to watch my stuff. So that's one thing that I've been playing around with. I am going to start doing that, but let's see here. Wow. You all want longer live? 83. Yes. Holy cow. Okay. I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to figure that out. All right. I had no idea, but okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. All right. I'll have to play with that. I will have to play with that. I'll have to figure something out. Okay, we got that one. Thank you so much for the 5, Hannah. Scatino. Oh boy. All right. I feel like I have to mentally prepare myself before I read Scatino's comment. Hello, Sam. Oh, yeah. He's trying to make me rage. Scatino says, hello, Sam. Scatino was a can't do it. I can't do it. Scatino says, Scatino. So you're talking about yourself here. All right. Way to pat yourself on the back, man. You saying that you were a real captain, huh? Yeah. A captain doesn't change into civilian clothes and trips and falls into a lifeboat with hundreds of people still on a sinking ship. You think you were an amazing captain. You weren't. Howard Scatino. Wow. Wow. There's something in my throat there. Titanic and Olympic, worse. They were not switched. You need to check your facts. Olympic, you think Olympic sank and not Scatino, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that every single thing that you said there is absolutely wrong. Everything you said was absolutely wrong. All right. And by the way, how are you not in jail? Are you still on the run? Are you still on the run somewhere? Are you, I can't remember where you said you were last time I talked to you. Aren't you like, are you in Mexico? Or are you like, or did you make it back across the Atlantic? Or are you hiding in like, I don't know. Are you in England, Paris, or France? Are you in Austria, Germany, Italy? Where are you? Where are you hiding, Scatino? SF2, thank you so much. Have you seen the 2010 Titanic 2 movie? If not, don't. So, all right. I've told this story before. So I tried to watch Titanic 2. I did. I made it a grand total of 5 minutes. As soon as I saw the freaking Queen Mary with the name Titanic 2 CGI'd on it, I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I can't do it. I just, like you CGI Queen Titanic 2 on the Queen. So I turned it off. I think a little bit later I did go back and like skip around in it a little bit. Does a tsunami throw an iceberg at the Titanic? I think I remember that right. Like, anyway. Let's see. T2. Apparently, Pittman was on boat 5, so he left really quick. So Pittman survived the sinking. I wasn't sure about that. Thank you so much for the 2. I will look into him. Thank you so much for the 2, man. Okay, we got that. We got that one. I think we are all caught up. Are we all caught up? Seriously? All right, awesome. We are all caught up with the super chats. Awesome. All right, let me see here. Leslie, U-126 is now on my list of over 700 vehicles, and you think your list. Listen, you have no idea how many movies, how many topics I've got on my list of videos to make. You have no idea. Let's see, Gary. There's far too much information to like the bad rivets, cold fire, weekend haul, Olympic, Titanic switch. It's the whole thing where. And honestly, I kind of think this is what Aaron 1912 was doing. It's like everybody wants to create the next big revelation with Titanic, the coal fire, the switch steering, all like instead of just being good historians and like really researching it. Because it's just, I've said this 1,000 times on here. Like, how do you sell a good lie? How do you sell a good lie? You mix in elements of truth with it. You know what I mean? But then you ignore other things. And for those people who just have a casual interest in the Titanic, like the coal fire thing, that would trick you. That would 100% trick you. If you saw those pictures with those black marks on the hull, you'd be like, oh, that's proof that the fire weakened the steel. When those black marks weren't even where the fire was. I mean, those black marks showed like black marks like right around here, like and the fire was back here. Like it wasn't like, I mean, it's just, but then again, only somebody who's really invested in these ships would catch that, So, I mean, it drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Anyway. So people just trying to make up their own little thing to get themselves into the Titanic world, I guess. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to deal with, let me tell you. I still get comments about that sometimes. Like, hey, Sam, didn't you know a coal fire sunk the Titanic? And I'm like, maritime history, historic travels. The Oceana's sinking. 31st anniversary is this Wednesday. Still amazes me everybody survived with the crew they had. Absolutely. I mean, I cannot. The Oceanus, I mean, it was a much smaller ship than the Costa Concordia, but still, it was also a pretty bad situation as well. I believe it wasn't just the captain. I think all of the crew abandoned the Oceanus. Where the Costa Concordia, I don't know about all the other crew members. I know it had a terrible captain, but a lot of the crew did do their job on the Concordia. They got the lifeboats away. The captain was a piece of work. That's putting it mildly. But with the Oceanus, didn't everybody abandon it? I think like it was just the passengers on board. Like every single crew member on the Oceanus just bailed. Virginia, yes, most of the crew left. I mean, like, what? Gosh, like, I mean, imagine being one of those passengers, seeing the water coming in and you go up to the bridge and there's no one there. Like, and if I remember correctly, the captain of the Oceanus, like when they like arrested him, I think they arrested him. I'm sure they did. I just can't remember. But I believe he said, like in his defense, I gave the order to abandon ship. What people do after that isn't my concern. I'm like, dude, seriously? Seriously? Do you not know what the job of a captain and crew is? Do you not? Anyway, I feel like I'm raging a lot in this video, in this live stream. I feel like I'm raging a lot in this live stream. Vivid. Hi, Sam. I've been thinking, what if Olympic sank instead of Titanic? Would it be more of a worldwide tragedy or would it be equally tragic? The thing about that, so if the Olympic sank its first time out and had a similar sinking scenario to the Titanic, then the Olympic, or what the Titanic did have, then the Olympic would be famous. But it's not just the sinking of the Titanic. Like, ships sank before Titanic. Ships did go down. But the reason that Titanic really became big was the entire story that went with it. It was its maiden voyage. You had people from all levels of society on it. You had this huge ship that, everybody thought was unsinkable. And that it went down in such a way that there was time for all this stuff to happen. I mean, like, I still talk to people, like I meet them when I'm out and about, that some people don't even know that Titanic really happened. They thought it was just a movie. It's just, and that's just it. It's hard to imagine a situation like Titanic happening, I mean, that's just it. It's absolutely insane. Let's see here. Emma, Ocean Gate Expedition runs out of Newfoundland. I signed an application, $200 per person. Can't wait. I'm number 10 in line. You signed an application, 200 per person. Emma, you might want to double check on that, because if you're saying it's $200 a person, when I looked at it, it was like 200,000 a person. So you better double check on that. Like $200,000 per person. Actually, I think it was more than that. When I looked at it, I think it was $250,000 to go down the Titanic. $250,000. Oh gosh. Yeah, you might want to double check that, Emma. You might want to double check that. So maybe it was $200 just for the application, but then to go down to the actual wreck, that might be a whole other ball game. So double check that, because I know when I checked it, it was I'm pretty sure it was Ocean Gate. I know that they had a sign up for Titanic Expedition ad on Facebook, and when I looked at it, it said $250,000. I was like, anyway, so double check that. Double check that, definitely. Let me see. We got that. Nicholas 5, thank you so much. If the Queen Elizabeth II had gotten into a ramming match with the Argentina's Navy vessel, who would have won? And the same for the Cambodia. I am actually not familiar with any of those vessels. I hate to tell you that, man. I mean, thank you so much for the 5, but I'm not familiar with those ships. Yeah, I don't know the whole situation with it, but I can approximate, in a ramming match, it all depends on which ship is stronger, where the ships collided with each other. That's also a big factor. And it just depends on how the ships are laid out, That's the big thing there. I wish I could answer your question more, but I'm just not familiar with those ships. Thank you for the 5. Got that one. We got that one. We got a 5 from Tanya. Thank you so much. Hey, Sam, did the White Star Line care about any bad press, considering the way they treated the survivors of Titanic? Hang on a second. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right, I'm back. All right, in terms of bad press, I'm sure they did care. They treated the Titanic survivors terrible. I made a whole video about that, the fallout of the Titanic disaster, for those of you who want to watch it. But I imagine they did care, but I also like to think, from judging by their behavior, they were just trying to get by with spending as little money as possible. They were trying to save a buck, and they didn't care if they shorthanded the passengers and victims of that disaster, everybody who survived. That was the impression that I got. And I mean, honestly, I don't think they cared. I don't think they cared about the bad press. I think that they thought that maybe everything would just move on eventually, and they were just going to try to get through that with spending as little money as possible, and then just trying to rebuild the company's reputation after that. That's what I think happened. I mean, I'm pretty sure that, think about it. If you've got all these people that think a ship like the Titanic's unsinkable and the ship sank, then, you've already got a lot of people questioning the safety of your new ships like the Olympic class, So, I think that they were just trying to weather it, and spend as little money as possible. And they didn't care what they did, as far as they were trying to get by with giving the survivors as little money as possible. I hate to say it, but yeah, watch that video I did about the fall of the Titanic disaster. It's bad. It's bad. Leslie, you do not know about the Queen Elizabeth. I know about the QE2, but I don't know all the history of it or the designs and stuff like that. Let's see. Here, we got that one. Got that one. Ozzy, too. Thank you. Sam, give me ramming. Okay. You're firing a torpedo. All right. Thank you so much for the 2. All right. We got that one. Casey, Sam, please look up the SS Dominator shipwreck. She's a World War II Liberty ship that ran aground in Palos, California, not too far away from Queen Mary. She ran aground back in 1961. Okay, the Dominator ship. I'm not familiar with it, but I will go ahead and put that on the list. And when I get a second, I will look that up. Thank you so much for the comment. Copy and paste. Boom. Got it. Cool. Let's see here. True crazy line. Titanic survivors deserve to be treated so much better. Shocking. Yeah, I know. Absolutely. But something else too, the media, the media was really going all out to try to find their heroes and their villains with it as well. The way that they villainized Ismay, he really didn't deserve that. But as I've talked about in that video, he did not make himself look good at all. You know, Ismay did not make himself look good. Like, especially with him sending that telegram to the White Star Line telling them to have a ship ready to bring him home. And then he signs his name backwards, Yamsey. Like, seriously, like, are you trying to paint a bullseye on yourself? Like, that was the whole thing with him. You know, he didn't make himself look good. And then there was this other incident as well where I forget the lifeboat, but it was a lifeboat that didn't have that many people on board. And there were a few members of the Titanic's crew who were telling the passengers of that lifeboat that when the Titanic went down, so as soon as the Titanic stern slipped beneath the surface, those White Star Line officers in that lifeboat, they weren't getting paid anymore. You know, they like now the White Star Line did make some adjustments, so they did get paid eventually. But according to the rules and everything, the moment the ship disappeared, officially, all the Titanic's crew members, they weren't getting paid anymore. They were not getting paid anymore. So what ended up happening was those crew members in that lifeboat told a few passengers in that lifeboat about it. And some of those passengers, they tipped those Titanic crew members like £5. They gave them £5. Like, thank you so much for helping us and doing everything you can. Here's £5. The media found out about it, and they twisted the entire story around and said that those first-class passengers bribed those Titanic crew members into not going back and picking up more passengers, when that wasn't what happened at all. But, you know, the media does what it does best. And I mean, like, their reputation never recovered. I forget the passengers, but I forget their names. But yeah, I mean, like, it was just, it was the Duff Gordons in Lifeboat 1. That's who that was. Okay. It was the Duff Gordons. That would be a good video topic to talk about that. I mean, that's, anyway, absolutely insane. Yes, it was definitely the Duff Gordons. Okay. Oh, here we go. As soon as I get off on a tangent, all these super chats come in. Hannah 5, thank you. I can't wait until the real Scatina gets out of jail and Sam actually loses his mind. Yeah, I know, right? Good grief. But if you want to get me raging about that, like there are several cases throughout history, like criminal stuff that I've seen where like it makes me rage. You know, like when I learn about it or I hear what happened with it, I'm like, what? Anyway, but T2 wait a minute. Was my Costa Concordia video, was that the first time I ever raged on camera? Let me ask that. Was that the first time I ever raged on camera? I can't remember. Or was there an earlier instance? I legit cannot remember. Was my Costa Concordia video the first time I actually raged on camera? I really cannot remember. I can't remember. Yes, sir. Yes. I remember when I did that, I was watching the chat and the whole chat was like, oh crap. Yeah, that was my first rage on camera. It was intense, bro. I think so, yes. Hey Sabrina, what did your two boys say when they were seeing me rage? Like, why is Sam so mad? I can picture that. Taylor, rage. Let's see a little rage. Oh gosh, that was funny. All right, thank you for the 5. T2, thank you. You should do a Titanic villains series. Oh gosh. The villains of the Titanic. I don't really like. There's definitely people whose actions I disagree with 110%, but villains, I don't know. I don't really know if there was like a villain. Like, you know, like when I think about villains of the Titanic, I try to think about people who did things wrong. And obviously the first person that comes to mind is Lightoller with his whole attitude on women and children only, when it should have been women and children first. And then if there's empty seats, we'll let men on. But at the exact same time, like, I don't know why Lightoller thought that. And I mean, he did do everything he could to save as many people as he could, just minus the men thing, which was really stupid. But I mean, he stayed on the ship. He didn't try to save himself. And the people, I mean, he did save lives. So while I strongly disagree with his decision of women and children only, I wouldn't classify him as a villain per se, but he definitely made the wrong call that night. But I don't know. I'd have to give that some thought. I really don't know who I would classify on the Titanic as a villain. Huh. Twist, the iceberg is a villain. Well, yeah, that's true. The iceberg is a villain, but he's not alive. The iceberg's not alive. Did I just call an iceberg a he? But yeah, the iceberg's not alive. Sabrina, they said you need a calming blanket and a cookie after that. Sabrina, tell your boys I said thanks. I'm sure they're watching, so thanks. I'll remember that for next time. Let me see here. Okay, we got that. We got that one. Scatino 5 again. Here we go. Canard swapped Lusitania and Mauritania. They did not. You're wrong. And sunk her, then blamed Germany. They did not. That's not. Scatino, I think you need to go back to school, my friend. I think you need to go back to school. Logan, too, thank you. Love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for the 2. Super appreciate you. Thank you. The stoned abbot, Sam needs a hot chocolate. Absolutely. Gosh. I know that, like, when I was reading about the Titanic orphans, because, like, so, like, as I've said in my videos before, like, you know, like, I don't write scripts. You know, what I do is I take notes. And then, like, when you watch me, like, when you're watching me on camera, like in my videos and not just on the live stream, I like to pretend that the camera is one person that I'm sitting across the table with, and we're just having a conversation. You know? So it's very, like, emotion, you know, like I try to, like, my emotion's real. You know, when I was reading about the Titanic orphans and I read that comment where the dad said, I hoped your mother would follow to America and all that. Like, I'm like, that is such a total, like he kidnaps his kids and then he says that. And then it's just, gosh, it makes me so mad. I'm like, and like the emotion I feel is real, like in that moment. Like, I try to show you guys the emotion that I feel. Okay, did I miss a super chat? We got that one. Logan, too, thank you. Love the videos, keep the good work. Yep, I got that one. Okay, next super chat is from Nicholas 5. Thank you. How much Cold War era spying took place aboard the classic Queen Mary, Elizabeth, Carolina, SS France, SS United States, and other classic liners? You're asking me questions that I'm not familiar with, man. Like, I'm not as familiar with everything that went on during that era as I am like the early 1900s with the First World War. And like, I know a little bit about World War II, but as far as like Cold War spying on the Queen Mary, the Queen Elizabeth, the Carolina, like, I'm not familiar with that stuff. I imagine there was probably some, if I had to guess, but I'm just not all that familiar with that part of history. Like, if like what the Soviet Union was doing, what the United States was doing, like, I'm nowhere near as familiar with all that. I do know though, like how close we came to like World War III breaking out in the Cold War. I mean, honestly, it's a miracle it didn't happen. I mean, I remember I learned a little bit about it in history class, and I mean, it's just like, it was that close. You know, if a few decisions had been made differently, I mean, it was like John F. Kennedy, one of my favorite presidents, he almost, like, he stopped it. You know, John F. Kennedy, because a few people with John F. Kennedy were telling him, you know, you need to fire, you know, you need to fight. But he said, hold on, like, not yet. Like, we're not, like, people were telling him to fire and he didn't do it. And then you've also there was somebody on the Soviet Union side who, like, it was a submarine and something happened and they needed 3 keys to fire the missiles and all that stuff, you know, to fire the nukes. Like, there are 3 people had to give the green light. And 2 of the crew on that submarine said fire and 1 crewman said don't. So, I mean, it's like there was one, like, JFK stopped it on the American side and one side on the Soviet side, they stopped. I mean, like, it was so close. It wasn't even funny. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Walker, I've heard about that, but I don't know how true it is. I know that my history teacher when I was in college told me about it. I don't remember the specifics of everything, but I remember that really stood out to me. I was like, wow, we were that close. Like, we were that close to World War III back in the 60s. It was an insane stuff. Absolutely insane. I can't imagine being alive during all that. And like, I've talked to my grandmother about it, and she said it was a really scary time. It was a very scary time when all that was going on. Okay, we got that one. Rich 5, thank you. Just saying thank you for the incredibly interesting way you're keeping the Titanic story alive. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. And thank you so much for the 5. Walker 5, thank you. Sup, Sam? Sup, Walker? Did you ever get around to read Raise the Titanic? Also, I got to start marching band again for the next year tomorrow. Well, hey, man, good luck with your marching band stuff. I know I did that briefly in middle school. I was more of a violin guy, but I do remember that I did the band very, very briefly. But let's see. And I know I have not gotten around to reading Raise the Titanic yet. I've had too much other stuff going on, but it's on my list of things to do just whenever I can get to it. Excuse me. Thank you so much for the 5. 5, Tana. Thank you so much. Hey, Sam. Why did Lightoller go to Captain Smith when Officer Wild was giving him an order he did not agree with? Just that. He didn't agree with it. That was the whole thing. And when I didn't go into it in the video, but Lightoller had been through a shipwreck or two before the Titanic disaster. And I don't think Chief Officer Henry Wild did. I don't think he'd actually been through a ship. I mean, he went through the Olympic Hawk collision, but I don't think he had actually been shipwrecked. And if I'm wrong about that, please correct me. But I think that it was like that Lightoller knew how urgent it was. And he didn't I think Henry Wild was just trying to be overly cautious, maybe. I don't know. But Lightoller was like, we've got to get moving. We know the ship is in serious trouble. We've got to do all the preparation work now, even though we don't know the true extent of it yet. So I think that's why. I think it's just he disagreed with it and he went and talked to the captain. I think Lightoller had a little bit more experience than Wild at that point. Let's see. 5, Sabrina, thank you. Zach once suggested a nice stress ball for the next rage. Or your dog, Rosie. Petting my cat, Rosie, helps me when I'm mad, he said. So I actually have this. And I got this from Bat19. It's thinking putty. And what I do with this is it's just like a goo, but I use it there's a lot of times so it's just like this, and I can just roll it up into a ball. And then whenever I'm working on a video, there's a lot of times when I'll be up here and I'll just be doing this. I'll be thinking about what the next thing I'm going to talk about or say. And I'll just toss this up in the air and all that stuff. And just think. I mean, it really helps me. It helps me process, it helps me think about what I'm going to talk about and do whenever I just, So I kind of have a stress ball. Not really a stress ball, but stress goo. But yeah. So Cat 19's got some pretty cool stuff. That's all I got to say. They've got some pretty cool stuff. Let's see here. Okay. Got that one. Got that one. Stone Dabbit 5. Thank you. Flash question for Sam. Oh, boy. Which first-class passenger owned the car? Bonus if you can name what model of the car it was. I hate to say it, man, but you got me. You got me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the model of the car was. I know I've seen it in the past. I just can't remember. And I didn't even know that it was owned by a passenger. I did not know that. I thought that maybe they were shipping it across for somebody, but I did not know the car was owned by a passenger. Huh. Video topic. Ding, 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 ding. Video topic right here. Okay. Who owned the car on the Titanic? And what happened to it? And what happened to video topic? Time to research. I got it. Okay, so you got me on the question, but you gave me an awesome video topic idea. So thank you so much, Stone Dabbit. That is awesome. That is awesome. Listen, you guys are so much help. You have no idea how much. You guys seriously have no idea how much help you guys are. But that is a video topic. Boom. And I also think I had another idea. So I had a couple more ideas, kind of joke videos in a way, but another video topic. And let me know in the chat if you guys would like a video on this. Could Jack have fit on the door with Rose, or the wooden board? Could Jack have survived the sinking with Rose on that wooden board? I thought that might make a funny video topic. And shoot, what was the other one? I had another one and I forgot. Yes. Do y'all like that idea? Would you like a video on that topic? Could Jack have survived the sinking of the Titanic on that wooden board? Could that have happened? Would you all like me to do a video on that topic? Would you guys like a video on that topic? 95% yes. Holy cow. Holy cow. So you guys would like a video topic on that. That's insane. All right, cool. All right, so I'll add that to the list. Cool. Let me see. Okay. Danny 5, thank you. Recently got back into my childhood interested in maritime. Recently got back into my childhood interest in maritime history. Been loving your videos. Thanks so much, Danny. Thank you so much for the 5, my friend. Got that. We got that one. T, $2. Thank you. Flash question. Name the officers from captain to 6th. All right. Captain Edward J. Smith. Chief Officer Henry Wild. First Officer William Murdoch. Second Officer Charles Lightoller. I forget his first name, but Third Officer Pittman. Was it Joseph Boxhall? Fourth Officer Boxhall might have been Joseph. I can't remember exactly. I think it's Joseph. Can't remember exactly. Fourth Officer Boxhall. First Officer William Murdoch. Charles Lightoller. Third Officer Pittman. Fourth Officer Boxhall. Fifth Officer Lowe, Sixth Officer Moody. There we go. Sixth Officer Moody. There we go. And hang on. Boxhall, Titanic. Joseph Boxhall. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I got him. There we go. Pittman. Stand out. Third officer was Herbert Pittman. Okay, cool. So yeah, close enough. Got him. Cool. Somebody got me on that once, and then I did some research into it, and I'm like, boom, got it. James 5, thank you. Hey, Sam, out of all the ships you've covered, not including Titanic or her sisters, which one would you personally want to make a museum about? Hey, Sam, out of all the ships you've covered, not including Titanic or her sisters, which one would you personally want to make a museum ship about? Well, if you're just talking about ships that I've covered, probably the Atlantic, assuming that it didn't sink and everything like that, or maybe save one of the other oceanic class ships, I think that would be, because, those were like really revolutionary ships, you know what I mean? Like those really were like the beginning of a new era with steamships and everything. So probably one of those. Yeah. I wish that they would restore the SS United States. I understand why it's such a problem for them too, because the SS United States is basically gutted. There's nothing inside it. But the Queen Mary, while I wish she was in better shape, I'm just glad she's still around. But yeah, I'd go with the Atlantic. I'd go, because if you want me to stick to ships that I've covered, the Atlantic. Okay, we got that one. Okay. 5 from Virginia, thank you. Have you heard of the Jane in New York City? House Titanic survivors during the inquiry, and still mostly the same. Rooms have bunks like an old ship. I have not. That is interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you so much for the 5, Virginia. That's something I'll have to look into next time I go to New York City. Hannah, 5, thank you. Sam, did you hear about the death of Neshley Nicholas? I know I'm not saying it right. Neshley Nicholas, the original actress of Uhura from Star Trek. It was only announced a couple of hours ago. No, she passed away? Seriously? I never really watched the original series, but I know who you're talking about. Really? She passed away? Seriously? Hang on a second. I didn't think she was... Hold on. I didn't think she was that old. Or what happened to her? Hold on. Let me see here. What happened to her? Born December 20th, 1932. Oh, wow. I thought she was she dies at 89. Okay. I thought she was in her 80s, but wow, no, I didn't know that she died. That's so sad. Wow. That is so sad. Wow. I know, I feel I kind of feel like how I did when Spock passed away. When I learned about that, I was like, oh, man. Leonard Nimoy. When did Leonard Nimoy die? Hang on. Leonard Nimoy. When did he pass away? Leonard Nimoy, right? Yeah, Leonard Nimoy died 2015. Yeah, I know that left. I'm like, seriously, Spock? That made me sad too. I was like, oh man, no, I didn't know that. Man, that's so sad. That is so sad. Tony, you're probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I've never really watched the original series. I tried once, and I am a Star Trek fan. So out of all the Star Treks, Deep Space Nine is my favorite. I haven't watched the new Discovery or Picard, but Deep Space Nine is my favorite. And then Voyager's up there. Janeway is awesome. Enterprise is also a good one. I like Archer and all of that. Next Generation is okay. There's some good seasons. Others I'm like, yeah. But yeah, I just never really got into the original series. Tony D Space 9 was good. Yes. Honestly, one of my favorite characters in that is Quark. Quark is so funny. Just all the shenanigans he pulls. I freaking love Quark. Quark and Odo. They are so funny. And Vic Fontaine, the jazz club they go to later. Like I like his stuff too. His songs and stuff like that. It's just I love it. All right, everybody. We are we are way past. We are an hour and 10 minutes in. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. All right, everybody. It is now time for tonight's Q&A. Are you all ready for tonight's Q&A? Do you all want the Q&A tonight, or do y'all just want me to skip it? I can just skip it. You know, if y'all don't want me to do the Q&A, I get it. You know, I mean, I can just skip it. Just give the title to Maritime. So you guys just want me to skip it? Do you guys want me to skip the Q&A? Do you guys, you all actually want me to skip the Q&A? Seriously? Yes. You guys want me to skip the Q&A? Holy cow, seriously? Do it. No, here they come. Here it comes. Hang on. All right. So I'm guessing there was a delay there. There was a delay with that. And that was funny. And I missed the super chat. Let me see. Oh, Titanic 2. Thank you. What is the best Titanic that is cheap and cool? Oh, like a model Titanic? I'd have to look. I'm not certain. It depends on if you want pre-built or not. But I've seen some pretty good. What's that website? Etsy, I think. Yeah, there's some pretty cool models on there. But I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Titanic, dude. Thank you for the 2. And we got that one. And Titanic 2. Oh, yeah, same question again. But yeah, there we go. All right. I'm just messing. All right. So for those of you who are new here, we've got a Q&A. Here's a list of questions, all right? I ask a question. I type the word go in the chat, okay? You answer the question after the word go pops up. You answer it early. I do not count it. So that's just how we got to do it. But yep, all right. And, oh, you want me to increase slow mode? Okay. I will increase the slow mode. All right. You want me to make it longer? Okay, let's do, we're going to do 60 seconds per chat. We're going to do that. All right. We're going to do 60 seconds a piece. All right. Increasing the slow mode. All right. The slow mode is on. I send a message every minute. Isn't that what you... Oh gosh, I'm just messing. Pat 10. Hey Sam. Oh wait, hang on. Let me fix the slow mode. I can feel people raging. All right, slow mode is disabled. There we go. There we go. I'm just joking. You guys know I'm a jokester. You all know that. What was this 10? Pat, thank you. Hey Sam, did the officers have any other responsibility other than being on watch? If so, did they have the same responsibility when not on watch, or did they have individual responsibilities? That is a really good question. And to tell you the truth, I'm not 100% certain. So like, I know from my last video that Henry Wild's shift was from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. and then 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I imagine they had other stuff going on, but they also need time to sleep and rest and all that stuff. So, I mean, I imagine they had some other responsibilities, but I know, being on the ship, keeping an eye on what's going on, the heading, directions, all that stuff. I mean, there was a lot that they were dealing with, and it's not just staying on the bridge, making sure the ship's course was good, and they had a lot that they were dealing with. But as far as other side things when they weren't on watch, I'm not 100% certain. I'd have to look into it. Thank you so much for the 10. Thank you. Oh, man, the chat's going bonkers. Okay, everybody, please no spamming, guys. All right, seriously, no spamming or I will have to filter it. I'll have to set up the slow mode and all that stuff. All right, first question of the night. And Mr. Jack, can you tell us about the Edmund Fitzgerald? There's already a video of it on my channel. First question of the night. Name the 4 ships that were referred to by the White Star Line as the Big 4. So name the 4 ships in one chat message that were referred to by the White Star Line as the Big 4. Ready, set, go. What were the 4 ships of the Big 4? Maritime history: Celtic, Adriatic, Baltic, and Seadric. Maritime history got it first. The Celtic, the Adriatic, the Baltic, and the Seadric. Oh, damn, I forgot. The Stoned Abbot was 1 second behind Celtic, Seadric, Baltic, Adriatic. But Maritime was first. All right, Maritime. I need somebody to keep track here. Maritime won. Maritime won. This is the same thing again. Maritime against the entire chat. So let's see here. That's a tough question. That's a tough question. All right, next question. You all are going to get this right in 2 seconds. What was the mechanism that was on all ships during the time period that allowed the Titanic's crew to lower lifeboats over the ship's side? So basically, what were those arms called that they used to lower the ships away over the side? As an official name for them, what were they called? Ready, set, go. What were they called? What were they called? Taylor got it. Davitz. Taylor got it first. Davitz. This is going to explode. All right. So we've got Taylor was first. Maritime was like a fraction of a second later. So we've got Maritime 1, Taylor 1. All right. Or let's see. We're going to put Taylor. All right. There we go. Maritime 1, Taylor 1. There we go. George, I typed too soon. Yeah, like you got to wait until I say go. You have to wait until I say go. So, guys, listen. Maritime is determined to defeat the 183 of you in the chat. So we got to beat him. We have to defeat him. Garrett, it says I was first. I don't know why I'm behind. It's due because there's a bit of a lag. So on your screen, it may show you first, but it takes time for the YouTube system to send everything to me. So the way Maritime does it, and as long as the message arrives after I type go, it counts. But he sends the message a little bit early, so he tries to time it. So as soon as I say go, or right before I say go, the message comes in right after. So he has Maritime Sam, no. He's mad that I just revealed his secret. Little Maritime shush, we all know. His secret. Oh, that was so funny. That was so funny. We all know, shush. Oh, man. I love doing these live streams. They are so funny. Seriously, like, you guys are so much fun. This is a great way to end a Sunday. I absolutely love it. Serial too. Thanks so much, man. Maritime, no. All right. Next question. What shipwreck is referred to today as the White Star Line's first Titanic? What shipwreck today is referred to as the White Star Line's first Titanic? But now, little hint here, I'm referring to the old White Star Line, not the new White Star Line that owned the Atlantic. So there's a little hint. Ready, set, go. What was the shipwreck? Maritime got it. The Taylor. Maritime got it. The Taylor. It was a clipper ship, and it is referred to as the first Titanic because it was on its maiden voyage and all that stuff. So it shared a lot of similarities with Titanic, but it was the Taylor. Maritime, let's go. Let's see here. Oh, you're right. He didn't spell it right. Taylor got it. Taylor was technically first. Huh. All right, let's ask the chat. Because Maritime didn't spell it right, should that point go to Taylor, or should that go? Let's ask the community. Should Maritime get that point? Yes or no? Yes, no, or let's call it a draw. Let's ask the community. Should Maritime get that point because he misspelled the name Taylor? It's spelled different than how it sounds. But should Maritime get that point? Yes or no? No, 41%, 34% draw. Maritime says, let's see, you said it as long as you understand it. Tony says, point to Taylor for not saying Taylor. Yeah, pen prop, yes. Let's see, as long as you understand it. All right, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just do this. What do y'all say to making it a draw? What do you guys say to that? Y'all want to give it a draw since so that way both people. What do y'all think? Should we just call it a draw? Let's just call it a draw. Sound good? So 2-2. All right. Well, wait, hang on. Where was Maritime at? We were at 2-1. So we're at 3. We'll be at 3-2. No. 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. Yeah, we're on the third question. So yeah, 2-1. 2-1. That's what we're gonna be at. All right. Say yeah, so Maritime got 1, Taylor got 1, and then this was, yeah. So Maritime's at 2. Yeah, 2-2. Yeah, 2-1. All right, there we go. All right, 3-2. Wait, hang on a second. I'm confused here. Oh, yeah, we got the Davits. Let's see. There was the big 4. Maritime got that one. Taylor got the Davits. We got that one, and then we got Taylor. So it's 2-1. It's 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. 2-1. 2 to. Y'all are confused me. 2-1. 2-1. We're on the third question. So, all right, next one. Next question 4. When did the first Titanic movie come out? When did the first Titanic movie come out? And I want the exact date. When did the first Titanic movie come out? Ready, set, go. When did the first Titanic movie come out? Nope. I want the exact date. I don't see it yet. Let's see here. I got exactly, it is May 1912, but I got exactly 31 days after the sinking. Or like, yeah, within, so May 16th, May 17th. But as long as you say May 1912, we can let it fluctuate a little bit there. So let's just go with 1912 May. Let's just do that. Taylor, May 29th. I think that's a little late, but hang on. So we'll just go with May 1912. Well, let's just call it that. It was right around there. So Taylor, May 1912. All right. Yeah, Taylor got it first. All right. We are now at 2-2. 2-2. There we go. May 1912. 2-2. There we go. We are all caught up. It is a tie now. 2-2. May 16, 1912. That's what I had. May 16, 1912. But it was all over the place. But yeah, I did 31 days after the sinking. That's what I read. So, but yeah, Anchor 2-2. Here we go. And I believe that movie's been lost to history, hasn't it? Like there aren't any surviving copies of it, if I'm not mistaken. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, 31 days after the sinking, the first film was made about it. Taylor, yes, lost in the 1914 fire. Wow, I'm not familiar with that. All right, next question. What is the worst peacetime maritime disaster in history? What is the worst peacetime maritime disaster in history? Ready, set, go. What is the worst peacetime maritime disaster in here? Donya pause. Donya pause. Maritime got it first. Tony, Disney cruise backing into the pier. I know, right? No, Maritime. Crap again. Donya pause. We got Donya pause. All right, we are 3-2 now. 3-2. 3-2. Donya pause. Absolutely. All right, next question. What is, this will just make it easier for me. All right. We're going to do this. Maritime. That way I don't get mixed up because I read these questions, so I get everything mixed up. Everyone else. Can't believe I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. I've got a scoreboard now. It's an easier way to keep track of everything. All right. Next question. Hey, Maritime. If you win, I can send this to you if you want it. If you win, I can mail this to you. If we win, I'll mail it to you if you want. If you win, I will mail it to you. You can send me your address in the Discord and I'll mail it to you. Oh, now we can. All right. Next question. Dang, that's cool. I'm joking. All right, here we go. Next question. All right. What is the worst shipwreck disaster in history? Ready, set, go. What is the worst shipwreck disaster in history? Lego historian, the Wilhelm Gustloff. Great job. The Wilhelm Gustloff. Lego historian got it. Great job. Where was Maritime in that? Where was Maritime? Wilhelm, he was right behind him, right behind him. Wilhelm Gustloff. All right. We are tied 3-3. We are tied 3-3. We are tied 3-3. All right. Next question. All right. What was the strange weather phenomenon that most likely played a major role in the Titanic disaster? What was the strange weather phenomenon that most likely played a major role in the Titanic disaster? Ready, set, go. What is that? Cold water mirage. Oh my gosh, it was so fast. The cold water mirage. Okay, Maritime. Okay, Maritime got cold water mirage, and then and Eric was right behind him, but cold water mirage. Yep, Maritime got it. Cold water mirage. Great job. 4. There we go. We are 4-3 now, guys. 4-3. 4-3. Next question. All right. Who was president of the United States at the time of the Lusitania disaster? Who was president of the United States at the time of the Lusitania disaster? Ready, set, go. Who was president of the United States at the time of the Lusitania disaster? Tony Woodrow Wilson. Great job. Woodrow Wilson. Tony got it. Great job. Woodrow Wilson. The competition is now 4-4 with 2 questions left. 4-4 with 2 questions left. Dun, 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 dun. 4-4. All right. Yes. All right. I mean, this is very neck and neck. This is a very neck and neck competition. All right. Which lifeboat on the Titanic was rushed by a big crowd of passengers? And in order to defend it, Lightoller had to fire his gun up into the air to calm down the crowd. Which lifeboat on Titanic was rushed by a big crowd of passengers? And in order to defend it, Lightoller had to fire his gun up into the air to calm down the crowd. Ready, set, go. Which lifeboat was this? Not 2, not C. No. Oh, hang on. Eric got it. D. That's what I was looking for. Collapsible D. That was what I was looking for. Collapsible D. Very near the end. It was collapsible D. Great job. I'm just saying. We're if Maritime gets the next one, then I'll have to do a tiebreaker. If Maritime gets the next one, we'll have to do a tiebreaker. All right, here we go. Final question. Oh, I think I just. All right. Here we go. Which lifeboat was the only one to attempt to obey the captain's order to pick up more passengers from the Titanic's starboard side? Which lifeboat was the only one to attempt to obey the captain's order to pick up more passengers from the Titanic's starboard side? Ready, set, go. Not 6. Maritime got it. Lifeboat number 2. It is a tie. It is a legit tie. It is lifeboat number 2. Holy cow. All right, we need a tiebreaker now. Lifeboat number 2. Who was next? Who got it? Maritime. Yeah, he was. And honestly, no one else got it. Taylor got it not long after. But yeah, lifeboat number 2. All right, we need a hard question. I gotta think a moment because I didn't write another question, so I have to think about it for a second. I know. Hang on a second. I gotta look it up. Shoot, what was it? Okay. I know. All right, I've got the question. All right. Can somebody tell me the numbers? All right, for the crown jewel, I need to know the suite numbers for Ismay's suite on the Titanic. What were Ismay's suite numbers on the Titanic? Ready, set, go. What was Ismay's suite numbers on the Titanic? Nope. Oh, there we go. Eric got it. B52, 54, 56. Eric got it. B52, 54, 56. That was it. That was it. B52, 54, 56. Dun, dun, dun. Great job. All right. So, by 1 point. Listen, hey, guys, look, I know we all have a lot of fun here and we're joking around and stuff, but listen, seriously, give Maritime applause here that he's going up against the entire chat and he does that well. I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to win. So, guys, seriously, give Maritime a round of applause here. I mean, seriously, he knows his stuff. So, great job, Maritime, but thank you so much for being a good sport. Thank you so much for that. I mean, seriously. Good job. That was a lot of fun. For the live stream and doing these Q&As and all that. It's a lot of fun. Great job, everybody. All right, everybody. So we've hit the hour and 30 mark. I think this is the point where I'm going to close out the live stream. Did you guys want to see Rosie before I sign off? Just like every week. Y'all want to see Rosie? I'll give her some cheese and all that stuff. All right. Give me just a second, guys. I will be right back. Let me go get the puppy. Rosie, your fans want to see you, Rosie. Your fans want to see you. Say hi to everybody, Rosie. Your fans want to see you. Rosie's like, what's happening here? Rosie, say hi to everybody. There's Rosie. All right, there you go. There's Rosie. All right, you ready? I know what you want. I know exactly what you want. If I can open this. There we go. Rosie, you ready? I really can't see you. Come here. There we go. Rosie, ready? Rosie is such a baby. Rosie is quite a good dog. She is a doll baby, 100%. She is an absolute doll baby. Serena, she's like, why are you carrying me, Sam? I'm no baby. Yeah, she's a 80-pound baby. That's for darn sure. Rosie is 4 years old. She is 4 years old. All right, everybody. Well, hey, I think that's it for tonight's live stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Everybody did super chats. Thank you all so much. Everybody for tuning in, did regular comments. Thank you. This was a ton of fun. So just thank you all so much. This was an absolutely killer live stream. I will see you all next week at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. And you all take care, and I will see you in the next video. You all have a great evening, everybody. And thank you so much for an awesome stream.